This is an example of an early idea that was meant to explain the spin of an electron, the magnetic properties that electrons have. And it was based on a classical physics idea that if you take current, electrical current, and run it through a wire that's in the form of a loop, that it creates a magnetic field. And this, of course, is a very important property of electric currents. When they travel in loops making a magnet, this is how electromagnets work. And it's how microphones and speakers work. But I just want to show you that effect if you've never seen it before. The idea here is that I've got a big loop of wire, and right now it's just connected to these two external terminals, but the wire comes in and spins around and around and around and around, ends up going over here, which I've connected to these two external wires. And the idea that I'm going to show you here is that if I set this down in between these two compasses, so right now these two compasses are pointing to the Earth's magnetic north, but you're going to see that when I connect it to this 9-volt battery, that I'm going to produce a magnetic field that runs through the center of this electromagnet that I'm going to make here, this coil of wire, and we'll see the compasses respond. So let me just go and connect that to this battery. And so that is a very powerful magnet, and it's running right along through the middle. And so the idea is now if I just disconnect this, that'll release that magnetic field. And so it can go on and off. But the concept was that when they thought of an electron had a magnetic field, they thought it must be caused by current or the charge of the electron spinning around an electron as a little ball. But as we'll talk about, that is impossible to be true, and there has to be a different explanation for that. So now I've taken that coil of wire and I've just placed this piece of paper around it, and I'm going to sprinkle some iron filings on it just to kind of see if we can map out the electric field. And the crazy thing is, when we look at this, we'll be able to see the electric field lines like you can with a bar magnet, and we'll see if it's the same or different. I'm going to lightly dust these on here. And then I'm going to connect this, and we'll see what happens. So I'm just going to tap it to help them move into place, but you can already see as it sits there. I hope you can see that familiar pattern. It looks just like a bar magnet, and this is no coincidence. So physicists and chemists had to come up with an idea. How can an electrical current traveling in a circle act the same way as a piece of iron that has been magnetized? It gives exactly the same shape of the magnetic field that goes around it. And it is all related back to the electron and the electron's magnetic field. It's cool, isn't it?